First of all, thank you both for joining. This is going to be exciting. We've been working with you for quite some time. That all started with a Google search or AI.
Yeah.
Tell me, Anna, tell me.
Yeah, we found Sue. I think it was, I don't remember what we were going to. It might have been a career fair, but we needed things immediately. And Riley, who I explained to you earlier, who Riley was, she did a Google search and found Sue's company. And ever since then, we've been like, these people are great. They have so many products on their site. You guys can basically do anything we ask, which is amazing for starters, because a lot of places are like, well, we can't do this, we can't do this, but it's great because you also have your design team on site, which is so helpful. And then we can also send designs. It's been great. So we love that we see all the deliveries coming through, the trackings, they're great.
That's awesome. You always have good words to say about the work we do. And we are a big fan of you guys too, Archer Lewis, and the
Thank you.
story and how fast it's growing, right? In less than 2 years, yeah, you probably are in those places being in front of clients all the time, right?
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
we're
it's
in
getting
front
there.
of the clients a lot. We're a lot of the behind the scenes, but we'll be a lot of what clients see.
That's true, right? The message you craft,
Right.
the design, and you create, and to make sure it's on brand, and the post, social media posts, and email campaign, all of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting. You're now working with Kyle on the marketing side too, right?
Yes, and it's been very fun. It's fun to see kind of how things work on the marketing end and then also to see how things worked from the other standpoint that I was in.
Right. And you kind of were already because,
Hmm.
with a career fair, outreach, community event, um, all of that employee engagement, appreciation, you were already in it. And that's part of marketing to create the buzz, right? Being in the
Hmm.
community, create building relationship.
Right.
You are in it. But that's great to know that you like the marketing side, and now you're
I
part of
do.
the marketing team, and my team is
Yeah, it's a
great.
great team.
She's a rock star.
You have a great team. And for Archer Lewis, how did it, I mean, start? It was it an idea? Or what did you already have a few firms that's the foundation? How did it start?
Well, basically, like a lot of industries right now, there is a kind of a desire for rolling up smaller industries into more productive, larger versions of it. As you know, the baby boomers are retiring, there's a lot of these small companies that really need to be moved on without succession plans. And someone like us at Archer Lewis decided that there's a lot of really good local accounting firms that have a lot of relationships. They like to be in the community. It's not the Deloittes of the world where a small or medium-sized business in this, locale is going to be ignored by someone like that. And so what they did was acquired many of these firms with different specialties, and we're in the process of merging them into one larger brand. When what that does is still leave the local touch points and the ability of the person who these companies have been going to get their taxes done well, still have that, but now also have the capabilities that Archer Lewis now has across the country. And so it opens up a wide range of capabilities for all these small and medium-sized clients, while still kind of keeping the local touch points and flavor that they've had before. So it's kind of that disruption roll up of we're going to take all of these, smaller companies and take all of their specialties and merge them into one global powerhouse that can, handle everyone's needs while still providing them with kind of the local type service that Big Four would really just ignore in this market.
That is so true. There's definitely a need in that because I know when I was in Indiana, the firm that I was with, the owner was over 70. He was still doing taxes.
Hmm.
And then, his son started, well, his son who wasn't really wanting to get into it. So then, um, his son's wife said, well, you know what? I'll go to school. I'll learn about it. And she's really good at it. And then she continued kind of the legacy and still serving local. Maybe I didn't need to tell
I
you
know.
about Archer Lewis, right?
I'm just saying we're always on the lookout for good firms. And to
Right.
use that kind of use you as an example of what that means in the context is, so you have a firm that you really like and people that you've been working with, and they do one service for you. They probably just handle your business taxes and maybe your business and personal taxes. Because that's what they specialize in and that's what you use them for. But if you need any other service, you have to go outside of them to be able to handle that. Well, we want to remove that. And now you have them to do your business taxes, but also you need to have some other sort of like foreign tax credits. Well, they can't handle that, but somebody else in Archer Lewis now can. So you don't have to go find a new firm to do it. They can say, hey, my colleague over here can handle that work, or you need to get your building appraised for your business. Now, hey, we have an appraiser in Archer Lewis now who can handle that. So it's really just taking the people who you've worked with for your entire life
Mhm.
and expanding their capabilities to make it so that you can have more out of your relationship with them.
Gotcha. Right. Because, they are specialized in that small area.
Hmm.
Now they have a large network they can refer to, and
Hmm.
truly is a team, colleagues, not necessarily,
Someone
the
else I
dumb
maybe
money,
know,
right?
but yeah, it's
Yeah.
no, I can move you to my colleague over here who specializes in whatever it is that you need. So
On the marketing side, do they still market as their own firm, or do they all change branding now? Archer Lewis, yeah, how does that work?
Funny you're
Anna.
asking this now.
Hmm.
So we're actually so our offsite is coming up, as you know, in a few weeks. And that is actually the time we're going to announce to our firms that they are all getting rid of their names and they're all going under Archer Lewis. So we're
Aha,
about to merge everyone under one.
That's why I am here. They brought me on to make 40 brands into one brand.
wow.
And
Yeah.
that's why I recruited Anna to join my team because she is a rock star and can help with that.
Wow. Wow. I love hearing that. A leader who sees your potential, and in helping Archer Lewis grow. And you've been in marketing for more than how many years?
Yeah, a long time, 15 plus years,
15 plus years.
and a variety of tech professional services, consulting. Um, I've kind of done it all over the years.
Tech and mobile and
Hmm.
right,
Oh
which
yeah, I was at AT&T for a while, and then grew a tech company, and then worked at Bain, and then got into the tax world. Then Anna stole me, and
oh, okay. So
Made an upward.
Anna's
no,
no.
it's the opposite actually. I think day two when I started here, I was like, wait, you're not on my team? She's
He
like,
was
well,
like, "So what do you do?"
I kind of am. I'm
I
like,
was like,
well,
I'm kind of a free for all right now.
I was like, not anymore. You're on my team. We're
Right? We
we're gonna
want
run with
I
this.
needed a home,
You did need a home.
where you can shine.
Hmm.
pretty much.
Right. Yes. And yeah, that's where you are now. I love it. Love it. Yeah, so for Kyle, you're more on the used to be on the consumer side, now more
Yeah,
B.
now kind of on the professional services side. So it's past three roles have been kind of on this side, the more professional services. It's still consumer, but it's maybe just a different audience type for
Right.
what they want on the professional
Yeah.
services.
Serving consumers, but for the merging side,
Hmm.
acquisition, you're talking to accounting firms,
Mhm.
business owners who have or CPAs, right? Who
Mhm.
have accounting firms.
Yeah, internal marketing for that, as well as then our also our mission is to grow their businesses too. So it's the once they're Archer Lewis, it will be consumer facing. It's for people who need their taxes done
Mhm.
or need our services. So it's kind of Anna and I are doing both, where we're doing the internal side for acquisitions. We're doing employer branding for talent acquisition, and we're doing consumer branding for growth of businesses across the board. So we have our hands full
Mhm.
on my small and mighty team.
Right. And just two of you or
No, so we have our marketing team. We actually just got a new marketing member this week. So now we consist of a 5-person team. So that's
woohoo.
some big improvement for us. We just got a videographer. So that will, a videographer and photographer. So it will up our social medias and our pictures a lot.
Right. Even though there's AI, and talking about, we'll
Right.
ask about how does AI affect your, daily work. Yes, AI is here, but I mean, you can have Gemini generate picture in
Mhm.
seconds, but it's different than.
That's not it's
Right. It's, oh, go Kyle.
no, I was probably gonna say the same thing that you're saying. We're seeing a math like everyone assumed that, especially in marketing, it was going to be more disruptive than it actually is. People have very quickly started to have a backlash. Marketing has always been about being authentic to who you are. Whatever you're selling, you just need to be, people can smell
Mhm.
inauthentic brands. They don't like them. It doesn't matter who you are, as long as you stay true to who you are, people will probably want your product if it's good. Um, AI is creating a massive backlash of inauthentic slop that people are going, they're being turned off by brands if they don't feel like it's being portrayed in an accurate way, in a humanistic way. So we try very hard to have AI help us, but not replace what we do as creative people and, you know, smart people and trying to get our message out there.
Right. Right.
Right.
I always say I enjoy it for like it helps me create social posts, but I don't like to take exactly what it gave me because I feel like it's very un inauthentic. Is it? It's nice to use ideas from it and then build off of those ideas. I don't think it's good to just use AI.
Right. Yes. I mean, AI, all the content they are.
Hmm.
They exist already from people, but here, that's where creativity comes from, right?
Exactly.
Like Kyle said, authenticity, and a lot of people are trying to mimic others, and or using AI and trying to blend in. While the secret is to be authentic, be you. And that's where you attract the tribe you know, that you already are serving. And just sometimes we may not know. I mean, and when I started my business, I was that person trying to blend in and, anything, and trying to see what others are doing. Even now, people coming to me asking what other brands, big brands are doing, what my competitors are doing, or, it's all kinds of questions, or what's the cheapest. But I would let them know, I'll share with them, it's not the cheapest that gets your attention, but not the most expensive. It's
Hmm.
the right solution, right gift. That's on brand, that's unique, that's maybe it's incorporated, can be incorporated into their daily life, practical, or creative that they've never seen it before, depending on the industry you are in, right? The on-brand creative gift that will help get attention, help you be remembered, stay top of mind, or create a buzz, right? But I didn't, well, coming from hospitality world, I know how to create that five-star
Hmm.
service, but I did not know what marketing is. And well, that's 12 years ago. And I've learned in the 12 years And I always say, give a person 10 years, they can learn anything.
It's true.
That's how I learned marketing. And one question I always like to ask is that how, using your own words, how would you define marketing?
I
Yeah.
would probably define marketing as a way to communicate with clients without having to communicate with them directly. It's a way to grab, it's a way to build kind of a personal aspect with the brand, which I think is very important for people to have because like we've mentioned in this chat, if say we build something from just AI, that's not personal. People are like, I don't want to work with this company. They barely can care about what they put online to people. How are they going to care about our work?
Mhm.
I think it also just shows like just a great sense of like community and it kind of helps people. It can help our firm reach our sense of community, like bringing all of our principles together because as our theme is bridging the gap and this way we can all kind of see each other as one. So I think it's a great way to just bring personalization to a brand.
Hmm. Definitely. And each brand has its own personality,
Exactly.
right? When we
Exactly.
attract to the brand for certain reasons, let's
Hmm.
say Nike, well, just do it, just the tagline alone, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I use that all the time when I talk to people. I'll be like, as Nike says, just do it.
Yes, exactly. And I was listening to the person who was head of marketing for Nike for years, and he talked about what is branding marketing, right? He mentioned it's the story you tell, the promise you make, and experience you create. I was like, wow, that's it.
Hmm.
That's it. The story we tell, promise we make and experience we deliver the little details, and you guys do it so well, including the inside team, the team engagement, appreciation, that big.
Without anyone knowing who we are, we're already a top 100 firm. Imagine what we can be when everyone knows who we are. And so that's the challenge and what I want our team to bring to the table is if we can do this and no one knows who we are, just imagine what we can be. Um, and so it's our job to make sure everyone else now knows who we are so we can continue to grow that. So it's a fun challenge and when they reached out to me, I wasn't really looking. And at the same time, I looked at the role and was like, okay, this seems like it's for me. And luckily, I lucked out and inherited a fantastic team, which is rare. Um, and by the end of it, our goal is to have everyone know who we are. And then we'll break into the top 50.
Wow, that is awesome. I can definitely see that happening. Yeah, in the next 2, 3 years.
That's the goal. We're gonna be one Archer Lewis by the end of the year, um, which is an ambitious goal. We have 43 different brands right now. So it'll be very ambitious to have us all under one brand, one name.
For the marketing side, what do you do to get the name out there? Now, the podcast theme is be seen and be remembered. What is your strategy?
Yeah, if we're starting at Bedrock. And so it's going to be an evolution and a growth. Anna and I and our other team members really have been working on Anna's been working on getting the fundamentals done and doing it right. So things like social media. Um, do we expect to generate a ton of leads off of Instagram Reels? No, we don't. But it does lend credibility to your company. It's a table stake. It's a need, and you need to do it well. Because if you don't, and people go and you're asking them to pay you money to do a service, and they go look you up, and you don't seem credible because you don't have presence here or there, or it's not done well, they're never going to trust you to do what you say you can do. And so she's building that bedrock. Step two is going to be we're going to lean heavily into content, especially content areas that tend to work really well for this type of market. So hence the new videographer. YouTube works really well for professional services and tax services. It's good learnings. It's the ability to translate really complicated topics into more simple, like taxes, especially into simple, digestible ways for you to learn more and understanding who the professional is that you might be working with because they're able to explain it to you. Post that, we don't know yet. We'll start to get into paid and we'll start to get there. We're building a new website and all the foundational pieces and things of that nature, but that's the next two steps we're doing. Next year, we'll probably try to launch a little bit heavier into, doing some advertising, doing paid, getting, our name out there a little bit more, sponsorship opportunities, et cetera, to get more eyeballs on the logo. But for now, it's Anna is crushing some of all of the fundamentals. Other team members are crushing building a new website. We got new video content coming out, and then we're gonna go from there.
Wow. You guys will rock it. Well, that's the foundation, which is important, having
Yeah.
that piece consistently across channels, right? And you
Mhm.
mentioned at Instagram, not necessarily bringing direct client, but you know what? I've noticed with all the posts that we've
Mhm.
creating, the inbox keeping
Mhm.
coming because
Yeah.
AI, it's for AI too. Remember,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
AI.
AI search especially. Yeah, it'll pull up. We leaning into AI search, or we're leaning into AI search as well. And I mean, don't overlook the swag. Don't overlook, it's seven exposures to a brand before you'll even put them in a decision set. Part of that is branded apparel. It's gifts, it's things of that nature is a massive part of my plan. And not just for externally, but for internally as well. I mean, one of the things that we've really leaned into, and Anna's been doing a fantastic job at this, is I came in saying, if I'm gonna tell these people they're one Archer Lewis, they better feel like they're one Archer Lewis. And part of that feeling is getting branded clothing and notebooks and coffee cups and things of that nature that make them feel a part of the team. And even if they don't wear them on a day-to-day basis or wear them ever, some people don't. It
Mhm.
still makes them feel like they're part of the team.
Right.
And so that's an internal branding as well that helps attract talent. That'll help attract more talent. That'll help get more customers. So it's a snowball effect. So we'll never overlook the fact that like a t-shirt isn't just a t-shirt when you have your logo on it. And so that's another part that we're really leaning into as well. You'll see many more orders from us than you've probably ever seen coming up in the next year because of that nature of understanding how important that actually is.
I can't agree with you more on that. Research shows a t-shirt in the lifetime of a t-shirt, it's average of 3,000 impressions that
Hmm.
it's making. And, imagine the team member wearing, not only they're showing that they are proud of the team, being part of the team, but also, you know, creating a buzz,
Hmm.
creating a conversation starter, people asking what's Archer Lewis. I
Hmm.
remember carrying a backpack that from my husband's company, and someone said, "You work for MISO?" And that's a company in Carmel, Indiana. And I was like, "How did you know?" But obviously, I had a backpack.
Yeah, have the backpack on.
Right. And
Yeah.
you never know. Never underestimate the power of promotional product. I
Yep.
call intentional gifting,
Hmm.
where you want to be, where you want them to carry, right? And
Hmm.
create campaigns along with that, where have your t-shirt traveled, right? And also intentional gifting each piece that you intentionally chose, for the particular recipient. How the question we ask is how you want them to feel when they receive the gift. For yours, I definitely feel the premium feel and
Hmm.
the thoughtfulness, and that you genuinely truly appreciate them, and value the work they do, and the fact that the thoughtfulness that also comes from the
Yeah.
message from leadership saying that we don't want put a price tag on the gift. It's a gift,
It's a
right?
gift. Yep.
It's a gift. And yeah, and this is something that, not a lot of company are doing it. We help a lot of company with company store, but this is the first time that we are requested to not show price tag.
Yeah.
And I just a big fan of that.
If we're gonna make them become Arch Lewis, they like we can't make them pay for the shirt. So
Talking about YouTube marketing, those short video content is the key. Authentic ones, not AI
yeah,
generated. And I love that you have a full time. I always trying to create content and then find myself not having enough time to do it because it takes a lot of time to
It's
a
type.
hundred
it's a
percent.
lot of
It's
time.
yeah.
I underestimate it a lot too. I'm like, oh, I can do this in like an hour, and then it's like 2 hours later, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not done.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
haven't
told her
even started.
I was like I challenge you to post like 3 times a week, and she's like, I was
We
like,
used
just
to be
wait.
doing every day, and I was
I
like,
know.
it's too much. I was
Yeah,
like, we can't be doing
Yeah, it's a lot, right? Yeah, that's something I didn't realize how much it takes.
Yeah.
So kudos to you guys having a full-time
Thank you.
videographer on that.
Yeah, that's gonna help us a lot.
Thank you so much, Kyle and Anna. I appreciate you both for joining this conversation and have a great day.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Sue.
have a
Bye,
great one.
Kyle and Anna. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.